From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Darrell W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Tuesday, August 12th, 2014. Silver is trading at $20.13 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,314 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $570. Antiwar.com reports the latest ceasefire in the Gaza Strip has been holding, and Egyptian officials are reporting that the two sides have made great progress towards a final peace settlement, terming the talks 95% there. According to the Egyptian media, the deal will expand the Gaza fishing zone, see Israel re-releasing the traded prisoners they have re-arrested during the current war, and opening border crossings with EU observers. The Gaza-Egypt crossing would be opened under Palestinian Authority control, which Hamas has publicly agreed to. Israeli officials were pushing the Palestinian Authority control over the crossing as a way of giving Fatah more control over the Strip, with an eye toward them retaking the Strip from Hamas outright. The only issue yet to be addressed is that Israel has refused to discuss the possibility of opening a Gaza seaport under UN control, nor reopening the Gaza International Airport under UN auspices. FPP Radio News is brought to you by Roberts & Roberts Brokerage. For over 35 years, Roberts & Roberts has been a trusted source for buying and selling your investment-grade precious metals. They now take Bitcoin for purchasing precious metals so you can turn your profits into a long-term investment. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on investing. 800-874-9760. The LA Times reports the mother of Michael Brown, the unarmed 18-year-old fatally shot by a police officer in suburban St. Louis, sparking a night of rioting, pled with outraged residents Monday to keep the peace because Michael would not have wanted violence. Leslie McSpadden, Brown's mother, held up a photo of her son who had just graduated from high school and was to have started college yesterday. She said, crying, "Instead of celebrating, we got to plan a funeral. We didn't deserve that. Our child, he didn't deserve none of that." She spoke out against the mayhem that took place in Ferguson, flanked by her attorney and NAACP leader. She said, "We're going to do this right. We don't want violence." Michael Brown Sr. described his son as funny, silly, he would make you laugh. Brown said his son, who wanted to be a heating and cooling engineer, didn't deserve none of this. We need justice for our son. Cornell William Brooks, the president of the NAACP, joined Brown's family at a church in nearby Jennings and said the civil rights organization was committed to the Brown family and urged residents to keep the peace. Brooks said, "Over the past few days, we have seen young people giving in to violence. Note the man whose rage is in your heart. Note that he was nonviolent. Honor his memory by seeking justice nonviolently." The calls for calm came as another vigil was expected to unfold Monday night in Ferguson, where police have called in reinforcements from other departments. A vigil Sunday degenerated into violence when protesters turned their anger on businesses and broke windows, vandalized and looted about 12 stores. A convenience store was burned. About 32 people were arrested and 2 police officers were injured. ExpressCoin is the best choice for buying Bitcoin, Litecoin, Dogecoin, and more. ExpressCoin prides themselves on their customer service, so much so that the back end on the website should allow them to be even more focused on your needs. Get your cryptocurrencies with money order, check, wire transfer, or cash deposit. Get started at expresscoin.fppradio.com. That's expresscoin.fppradio.com. Antiwar.com reports they've been saying it off and on for months now, but NATO once again claimed that a Russian military invasion of Ukraine was likely and that the planned aid convoy meant a high probability of an invasion. Russian officials have repeatedly insisted that they are not considering military action, but with 1 million civilians displaced by the fighting there, they have urged the UN to do something about the humanitarian crisis. The number of Russian troops near the Ukrainian border varies wildly depending on what one considers border areas, but Ukraine, which often shoots for the high end, claimed Russia had 45,000 troops in the area, including 160 tanks. The U.S., in particular, has maintained that any Russian humanitarian aid to Ukraine would be a backdoor invasion, apparently echoing the way several recent U.S. military interventions have begun. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.